It's been a milestone year with multiple award nominations for Southern Gospel recording artists Aaron and Amanda Crabb. Their fourth recording, Mercy, garnered 4 GMA Dove Award nominations, including a nomination for Country Album of the Year. Also, top award nomination from the Inspirational Country Music Association. Today we are going to hear why the singer-songwriting duo earned a Song of the Year GMA nomination for Take Him to the Place. Take him to the place. Got you thinking already. But the story behind the song will make it so much more meaningful. Welcome. Welcome from Texas.
From Texas.
Kentucky. Howdy. Oh yeah, and I love the mams. I'm filled with mams already. And so many good Southern flavors. Kentucky born.
That's right.
You were, Aaron.
We both were, actually.
Both of you?
Yes.
And you started your married life there in 2001?
Yes.
That's right.
But now you are in Texas.
Yes.
And let's settle the first question. Yes, you represent the famous Crabb family. And let me just tell you, 10 Dove Awards for that group, 3 Grammy nominations before disbanding in 2007. And it was a sweet thing.
It was.
Yes.
It was an amicable thing.
Right.
We just keep gleaning the rewards of that. We fell in love with your brother Jason in 2010. We didn't want to let him leave.
Yes.
He's a pretty cool guy, for sure.
Cool dude and doing pretty okay on his own.
Yes.
And just such a wonderful musical family. Amanda, did you bring a musical background into this mix?
Actually, we were married for 3 years before anyone knew that I could even carry a tune.
That's true.
Buried treasure.
That's
Well,
right.
I don't
Hidden
know
treasure.
that it was hidden treasure. They were the Crabb family. I wasn't going to sing around them. Are you kidding?
I don't know what it took, but I am so thankful having delighted in your latest CD, your fourth.
Yes.
You have a beautiful voice.
Thank
and you write.
Absolutely.
You both write.
Yes, we do. My father is a fantastic writer, and I always wanted to write and tried many times, you know, but really had to experience life a little bit and go through my first little trial to understand, you know, how to pen out your feelings on paper so that it can help and encourage someone else. Amanda's father used to write, and so she's really the gifted one to write, and then I just kind of put my name on there. And, but it's wild, honestly. I know God put us together because I work so much better when she's around.
How sweet.
Ditto. Ditto. Yes.
Now, you were a family of 5 singers, all siblings. You're a twin.
Yep, identical twin. Adam Crabb's his name. He actually travels and sings. He's still out, plays harmonica. He's probably one of the, I'm a little partial, but he's my favorite harmonica player for sure.
Good. Are you the youngest of the 5, you two?
I'm the youngest boy.
Youngest boy. The twins are youngest.
I have a little sister. Her name's Tara.
Good.
So.
Just getting to know this wonderful family. And guess what? I didn't know till we sat down. You also sing with Canton Junction.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm singing with a quartet, which I never dreamed I would be singing with a quartet. That low part, you know, the bass singing, and it's really been a unique thing. It's been challenging in some ways because our family was the type you open up and let it go. You know, you just sing.
Feel it.
And with a quartet, you have to kind of stay in. There's some boundaries there, and you can step out every once in a while. But it's really been good for me, and I've enjoyed it tremendously.
There's a beautiful mix of emotion and sentiment and sound on this CD, and you just happen to be here recording this interview on the heels of Pastor John Hagee yesterday in the studio.
Yes.
And tell us the connection you have to him, Amanda.
He is our pastor. We are the worship leaders at Cornerstone in San Antonio.
2009.
Yes.
You've been, since 2009,
Since 2009.
you've been leading worship at that church in San
Yes.
Antonio.
4 years, almost 4 years, yeah.
Wow. What a full life already.
Yeah, very much so. That's what we say. We're 33. He's getting ready to be 34. And we have lived a very full life. God has blessed us in our 12 years of marriage.
And 3 children, all whose names start with E.
We're those crazy people.
Absolutely.
Eli, Eva, and Ian with an E.
With an E.
E-A-N.
All 3 letters.
And you can't be parents without some drama.
Oh, absolutely.
Eva tops the list here with her
Yes.
escapade. How many years ago?
It was 4 years ago. We were actually at the Dove Awards in 2009, April 23rd, 2009. And, you know, GMA week used to be so crazy. It was
Very busy.
from 6 a.m. to midnight, interviews, showcases, everything going on. So we had kind of just been fast-paced all week. And I was missing my kids. At that point, we just had Eli and Eva. And so we were at the Dove Awards, and I had texted my nanny and said, the show's about to start, but I'll have my phone in my lap. And so I laid my phone in my lap. And I remember I had sent that text at like 7:56. And at 8 p.m., my phone starts ringing, and it was her. And I thought, well, she knows I'm in the show, so something must be wrong. And I answered the phone, not knowing what I would hear on the other line. And Eva, she said, Amanda, she said, Eva has fallen out of my window. Now, Stephanie lived in a second-story apartment. And so therefore, I knew that her falling out of a window was horrible. It was trauma.
15 feet.
15 feet, she fell and hit an air conditioning unit, the corner of the air conditioning unit, and a screw caught her head, and she had her head cut open, her lips severed from her jawbone. And in that moment, I think as a parent, that's the phone call that you never want to get. And I remember jumping up out of the seat and just taking off and running. And Aaron goes, "What has happened? What are you doing?" And I said, "Eva fell out of Stephanie's window."
2 years old.
2 years old. And he said, he goes, is she alive? And at that point, all the blood just kind of left me. And I said, I don't even know. So I had to make the phone call back to say, you know, Stephanie, is she okay? Like, is she alive? And she goes, she is, Amanda, but like the paramedics are coming. She is covered in blood. And you could hear the sirens in the background. And that to me was very traumatic. So we jumped in our car. And
Aaron put the pedal to the
he
metal.
Oh,
put the pedal to the
absolutely.
metal, all the way to the hospital, and praying. You know, I think in that moment when there is nothing else, there's nothing that we can do. And I think if we would get to that place more often of going, God, this is out of our control, and pray in those moments, we would probably see God move a lot quicker in a lot
God
of
in our
situations.
circumstances. Quickly, this, apart from all the trauma we can imagine emotionally and practically, music played a role in this crisis.
Absolutely.
Because you had a little girl who wanted the seat belts off her.
Yeah, that's
She didn't want a CT scan.
Yeah.
What did you do, Mom?
Well, in that moment, they moved her back to the trauma unit. She would not get a scan, and they turned down the lights, and they said, Mom and Dad, it's up to you. You have to calm her down. And so as they turned down the lights, and you could just feel this tension, and the more medicine they gave her, the more agitated she became. And so in that moment, we go, Eva, do you want us to sing to you? And she said yes. And so we began to name several songs that she loved so much. And everything was no, no, no. And so I looked at Aaron, and I said, Eva, do you want us to sing We Fall Down? And it was her favorite worship song. We fall down, we lay our crowns at the feet of Jesus. The greatness of mercy and love at the feet of Jesus. We cry, holy, holy, holy. And
Did the trick.
I have to tell you, in that moment, because doctors are saying, we don't know that she's going to be okay. We can guarantee that she fell on the top of her head, which could mean that her spine was severed. It could mean internal damage. We can't promise you anything. And I believe in that moment that something happened so supernatural, because the little girl that was fighting mad, wanting seatbelts off of her, as we were worshiping God, and Aaron can attest to this, it was as if we were compelled to do so. We couldn't do anything but
We were
raise
praying
our
the whole
hands.
time
Raise our hands and sing worship unto God in that moment. It was like, God, I don't know what the outcome of this situation is, but one thing I do know is that no matter what, you are holy.
You get the glory.
You are holy, and you get the glory out of it no matter what.
And how's that little girl today?
She is the most amazing 6-year-old little girl, so full of life, who loves to sing. And about 6 months ago, we were able to share her testimony, that someday it'll be her testimony to tell.
Oh, yeah.
And we sang, "We Fall Down, We Lay Our Crowns."
She came out and sang
and
with
she
us.
came out and sang it with
It was
us.
an awesome moment.
Wish I could be there.
Yeah.